And for this Thursday morning, we go to our sports fix. And across regional Victoria and southern New South Wales, some really good games of football to be played this weekend. So what are my go-to matches? Well, let's start in North Central. And this one is Donald and Witcherproof. Now, not necessarily because of the closeness in scores. Donald should beat Witcherproof at home. If they do, then based on other results, they would go 1.5 games clear in fourth place. And that would shore that up for them, I think, and have top four decided in North Central. Other matches, Charlton Place, Sea Lake, Nandaly, and you'd reckon Sea Lake could get home, and Birchip Watcham should beat Bort, Wedderburn should get over St Arnaud. Let's have a look now at up in New South Wales, Hume football. Now, my go-to here is the match of the round. It's Osborne taking on Brockburham. Osborne haven't been headed this year, but Brockburham mount a challenge. They did so back in 2019 at the grand final. It was Osborne that got over the Saints on that occasion. But this is a go-to because the stars are on show. If you look at Osborne, they've got Hayden Armstrong, the leading goal kicker. He's flying at the moment. Jamie Parr, one of their best players, going really well too. On the other side of the ledger, you get Sedgwick, who's come back into the Brockburham Saints side, and then Damien Cuperto is there, a fantastic player. It is a go-to match. The other one, I reckon, in that competition would be the CDHBU side, the Power, take on Lockhart, and whoever loses that, well, that becomes, I think, mothballs for 2021. It's going to be hard for them to make the six in Hume football. So they're my two go-to matches there. Over into Golden Rivers, and there's a particularly good go-to here. That's Quambatook taking on Moolameen. And I reckon if you look at Moolameen's last couple of weeks, they've really struggled. They now venture across into Victoria from New South Wales to Quambatook, and a tough ask. Quambatook have been in good form, and if Moolameen lose another one, they're in a bit of a free fall. I'll tell you, that could be not good for them and their chances of finalising a position, at least in the top two where they've been, but maybe even in the top four. The other go-to match will be to see Nullawil at home against Murrabit, and then McCorner play Wandella, and Ultima take on Hay in other matches. Let's go over to Sunraysia. Now, the go-to here is South Mildura taking on Mildura. This is really for Mildura to take on South and say to them, we want your position in the top four. But South Mildura, I think, a little bit clear, and they'll respond, but maybe an upset in the brewing here. Other one, Wentworth playing Owen United. There's a lot of pride on the line here for Owen United. They have not had a good season. Injury plagued, went down just last week to one of the top sides, Merbein. Now playing Wentworth. I reckon this George Gordon will be an absolute thriller and a chance for Owen United to get some of their good players back into the side. And who knows, maybe in the go-to match, could get up and get a victory. What about go-to across in the Wimmera? Well, it's this magnificent Minyip Matoa side on the top, taking on the Southern Mallee Giants. Last time they met, the Giants beat Minyip Matoa. So they were giant killers then. But unfortunately, they're going over to Matoa this time. This will be an absolute beauty, one of the best games of football in country football anywhere this weekend between those two go-to sides. Other match, Horsham play Ararat, and that is one of those sides will be out of contention, one would think, for top five with a loss on that particular game. Go-to matches in Horsham District, well, there is a absolute beauty between Harrow, Balmoral and Kalkee. That's at Harrow, but I'd be driving down the road after half-time and catching Nadimak playing the Swifts. If the sheep paddockers down there at Nadimak can beat the Swifts, then go-to, that is giving them a real go-to chance at top six. The other match, Japarra Rainbow get Laharam. At Rainbow, I'd say that they'll win the match, but certainly for the locals there, they may just stay at home and watch their local team go round. Having a look at go-to matches for New South Wales and over into the Riverina footy competition. The GGGM Lions take on Collingully, and this is your go-to match. The Lions are in great form in second place behind the Goannas, but Collingully have been in terrific form in recent weeks, winning their matches, so this is going to be a terrific contest at Ganmain. Other match there that you might catch up with, the Narrandera Eagles take on Turvey Park, but the Eagles, I'm not sure that they'll get a a win here. Turvey Park desperate to stay in touch with their finals hopes. And in Farrer football, the go-to match is the Marra Bombers taking on the North Wagga Saints, a couple of the top sides there. That'll be a beauty. If you're a Collyamberley fan, well, out at home deck, you get the Temora Kangaroos, a long road trip for the Temora folk. And I reckon Collyamberley there might be able to snatch another win this year. And in top 4 calculation, the Northern Jets get Charles Sturt University. Some go-to footy right around our leagues. I'm looking forward to the results coming through this weekend here on our Sports Fix.